The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Philadelphia.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Check three. Shorty.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. How about that? Their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game. Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry. Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Newton. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. They fake the give. Newton. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 99. Man 5-7.
Now Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The final shot before half for Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll run with Sanders. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run with Sanders. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now Cook, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Play action. It's Newton. Airing this one out for Evans. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On second down, it's Sanders. They find some open field here, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Go. 280! You can't block me. You can't block me. '82! 31. Let's go. Great. Just like that. Just like black. You got tight.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the whip.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys who try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
From the end zone, Newton. Looking downfield for Godwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 59 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 780. 54. Watch the screen.
On first down, Newton. That's to Cook out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, that'll be complete to Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Here we go. 180. 57. Nice, sweetheart.
They'll run on first down. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 9, Newton gets through, and now an opening. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the ball comes loose, and the Buccaneers have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Newton. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Mike. Mike. I got him.
Newton on first down. He's going to take off with it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
I got one.
On first down, Sanders. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continue.